want to be the rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lab? Now, Rover, the story is yours to spin.
Was that enough to convince you? It wasn't? You want me to give you my reasons? I mean, all right. I mean, I can make something work, Yo, what's up, Rovers? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about why you should be playing Wuthering Waves. I mean, we've already demolished the 30 million pre-registration bonus, making sure that we're all rolling in rewards on release, but I'll still stand on my soapbox singing the praises of this game, because who's going to stop me? Let me take a look real quick. Yo, this 5, five seems like a good number. A lot of people like using top 10, 3. Those are overdone. Yeah, 5 is where it's at. Here's 5 reasons you should be playing Wuthering Waves. The fact that this game and Souls-like are even in the same sentence was enough to grab my attention, but getting a view of what the combat had in store was enough to put me in a chokehold. Difficulty within video games is a delicate system that can either enhance gameplay to a new level or highlight its glaring weaknesses. Souls-like difficulties are kind of a boogeyman within the gaming scene. Like, if we took the difficulty slider and tried to gauge it, Souls-likes would definitely be towards the end that most people don't even want to touch. While I personally don't believe this game will compare to any of the Souls-like games in terms of difficulty, I still hope it provides a challenge because the combat in this game looks amazing. From a perfect parry, perfect dodge, every character having different combos and abilities, this is a fantastic starting point. Not to mention your team's going to consist of 3 different resonators. We'll have the abilities to mix and match our favorite characters and do whatever we want. My primary concern at the moment, though, before getting my hands on the game myself, is how flexible will it be? Will the difficulty of the game make it so that you have to play meta-defining teams, or will the skill expression through the defensive mechanics allow for a variety of team comps, making it easy to face any challenge that we desire? Regardless, whether you get tired of fighting for your life, you can always take a break and explore the... Now, while this will be your everyday open world experience, sections of the map are grayed out, the entire world, you discover waypoints, puzzles, and chests spread far and wide. One of the benefits I will give Wuthering Waves that, most open world gacha games have nowadays is that we can at least earn some in-game currency while exploring the world. It gives us a bigger incentive, too, to see the world that they crafted. But that's not even the bits that excite me about their version of this open world. They've added some quality of life features that add to the traversal, and it makes it so much better. Do you remember slowly trudging up a mountain, trying to calculate your stamina to the last tick, and then you make that last leap, hoping your character will make it, only to slide back down to the bottom, sad, defeated, destroyed? Well, that's not a thing anymore. You get to sprint right up that wall. Yep. Nope. You just do run right up it, and you may be thinking, oh, that still takes stamina. Yeah. Well, I'd rather run up a wall than slowly crawl. So, just me. Just saying. You ever played Monster Hunter Rise and you love the traversal advantage that the wire bug provides? Well, it's probably not that dope in Wuthering Waves, but we still have a wire bug. We get to do the little shoop the whoop and go a little step higher, and I'll take it. And I mean, yeah, they have gliders. And gliders are a part of most open world experiences. Like even Power World has a glider. I'd be kind of upset if Wuthering Waves didn't. And honestly, I wish these gliders moved a bit faster. I need one of these gaming developers to just like put that speed up by 0.25, maybe 0.5, so other companies finally get it. While I only have my opinions on this, I can say that this game has some banging. Oh my God, man. It really is just beautiful women as far as the eye can see. And these are just the day 1 baddies. Imagine what we're going to get further down the line. Imagine what they can cook up in the lab once they figure out what characters we like. Imagine who they're going to tease in the story that we know is going to be a character one day. Oh my God, the possibilities are endless. And not to mention, they managed to do what other gacha games take years to do. I can't think of another gacha game that had a badder roster of men on their team. Like we got hot dudes too. They didn't just skimp out and only give us women. They gave us dudes, but we're getting both sides. What a beautiful experience, bro. What a beautiful experience. Man, I'm so glad we finally got. World Games has been rather open throughout the development cycle of Wuthering Waves, giving us videos and messages, making sure we know how they feel about the future of the game, and that they're addressing the concerns and feedback that we've given them throughout each beta cycle. And there's been multiple instances of us seeing the changes that Coral Game has made throughout each beta, taking that feedback from the community. And these are a couple of my favorite. The first example to come to mind would be when they made Calcharo. Calcharo had an ability, it looks sick. It was called Necessary Means. And initially it's locked behind his R2 or his Resonant Chain 2, which is just you getting three copies of him, which is just two duplicates to unlock this second intro ability. And honestly, it's the one that I would have wanted to pull him for. Like, it looks sick. Like, he pulls like the sword out, he does the slash, like the whole anime thing. It looks beautiful. And the fact that this was probably one of the main reasons that people wanted Calcharo, they made it a part of his base kit. Like, they didn't have to do that, bro. They could have just been like, you want it? Get 2 copies, bro. Get 2 copies. But they're like, this makes the character better. It ain't gonna hurt our pockets like that. And they just gave it to us for free. Honestly, I respect it. They moved up in my eyes. And the other example I want to bring up today was in the dev interview they did before they started up the closed beta test 2. They talk a lot about their thoughts of the game and how they took the feedback, what we wanted, to try to provide the best game they could create. And there's 2 things they mentioned during that video that really stuck out to me. Was the first one about how the color palette looked a bit dull, which I kind of agreed with. And I didn't really notice until I seen like a before and after shot how big of a difference it made. Because they want to go for a post-apocalyptic look, but they, wanted to make the community feel like they were heard. And they're like, you're right. We can spice this up a bit. And they said they went back and worked on a couple of the assets, and they enhanced some of the renders and shaders, and it looks beautiful in my opinion. But just the fact that they went back over all their hard work to make these changes showed that they actually cared. The next bit is they redesigned the whole main story. Now, I might be over exaggerating a bit with the whole main story, but they said after receiving some feedback and doing an internal assessment, they understood for the success of the game, the main story needed a revamp. Considering this was right before the beta test was starting and the game was basically almost finished, because once you start like a second beta test, the game's already almost ready for it to come out. They were still willing to go back and revise the story despite it putting a heavy burden on their team, and that absolutely amazed me, and it built a huge trust with me, I'm assuming many others within this community. I can think of another game with pacing issues within the story that have been around since the start, along with characters constantly repeating themselves, and they just keep saying the same thing over and over and constantly repeating themselves to the point where you think that you're going crazy because the character's constantly repeating themselves, and it makes you want to lose interest in what they're saying because you're like, wow, my brain's turning off because that character just said that. Yeah, Coral Games couldn't do that though. That's my goat. Do you have friends? Oh, do you want friends though, right? Bro, let me just have this last reason, guys. Let me just have it, please, please. This game will have 3-player co-op. The 3-player co-op. You and your friends running around the open world. Honestly, I feel like this is gonna be a beautiful vibe. 3 a.m. rolls around. You just chilling in Discord with the boys. You all boot up Wuthering Waves. You clear out each other's world, getting every echo you can, and just having a nice conversation. What more do you want during a video game? You're just vibing with the boys, grinding it out, getting better, having deep, intimate conversations. Nothing is just better than that. Appreciate you guys for making it this far in the video. Let me know your reasons that you're playing Wuthering Waves in the comment section below, and I will see you rovers later. Bye-bye. Imagine guys, imagine with me. We get Eve from Stellar Blade in this game. I will shed a single tear. Please, hear my pleas. You can make it happen. It doesn't have to be now. Some point in the future, please bring Eve to Wuthering Waves.